belonging here, and so am I, and so are you. And so are they. The other people. And not just the way other people that need to teshuva all the way back this way. Not just those people who also belong, but the people who maybe do vote like us, who do look like us, who do think like us, sing like us. And yet, we have lots of empty space here. The folks who are not in these pews. We talked about outreach last week as part of our radical hospitality ethic, of inviting people in, and not just inviting people in for the sake of invitation, but inviting them in with the knowledge that we might be changed and transformed by their being here, by their belonging here. To welcome people in, but also send people out whole and healed and transformed. So this is the question about belonging. How do we know when we belong somewhere? How do we know when we belong? Think about that for a second. How do I know when I belong somewhere? Not just when I'm welcomed, not just when I feel comfy. I've been noodling on this. The Reverend Gretchen Haley, Fort Collins, Colorado, writes, "The process of belonging requires both internal and external affirmation. We must feel at home in our deepest sense of self, and we must be affirmed by those with whom we seek fellowship. If either of these are left incomplete, we do not experience the deep sense of security and safety we yearn for." So it's not just the, now I'm here and I belong. Not just the, you're here and you belong. Also, hey, you matter. You're good. Everything else is good too. And you have a responsibility. But to live out that responsibility, we need the internal affirmation. Where do I belong? So you've been thinking about this for a second, hopefully. I thought we might just kind of like shout out. How do you know when you belong? What do you feel when you feel belonging? What is the feeling of belonging like?
You feel safe.
You feel safe.
Keep coming back.
You feel you keep coming back. You keep coming back.
Acceptance.
You return. You feel acceptance. Affirmed. At home. Noticed. Seen. Cared for. Folks on chat, I'm looking at you too. I've not forgotten about you. Yes, all of these things. All of these things. When we hear the shofar blowing, if you ever heard the shofar, there's one long note, then there's 3 medium notes, then there's 9 very short notes. And it's supposed to symbolize the oneness and the reminder of love, the unity of creation. But also, things sometimes get a little disjointed and you have to be reminded, those 3 medium notes. And also, sometimes things really get out of whack and we fall short. And things feel disconnected and broken. But it always ends with the one long note. Teshuvah. We return. Hey, you matter. You're loved. You're good. And everything else is good too. So in the midst of all of this, we're going to do something another little funky. We were humming earlier. We're going to do what I like to call the Kermit the Frog meditation. I want you to think about, for the past year, can we celebrate the times when we have felt all of these things about belonging? When we have felt seen and noticed and affirmed and safe and secure and valued and loved? Can we think about that for a second? If you're at home, please do this as well. And if you're in a public setting, I'm going to ask you to do something very silly in a second, so be brave and go for it, and then someone will ask you about it and you can invite them to church. This is the Kermit the Frog meditation. when we think about and celebrate our affirmation, the reminder that we are beloved, that makes me want to do the Kermit the Frog meditation. And that looks and sounds like this. Make sure I'm right in the middle of the camera so that everyone at home can see it. This is the Kermit the Frog meditation. Okay, you folks here, no one else can see you on camera, so it's just us here. But I'm going to invite all of us to join in the Kermit the Frog meditation, all right? We're celebrating all the things from this past year, all the times we've been affirmed, the great sense of belonging we have about this place. Here we go. Oh, this went so much better than I thought it would. Oh my goodness, this is great. Yes, indeed. Okay. That is part of Rosh Hashanah. That is part of the new year, is celebrating these things. Yes, yes, yes. You are good. You matter. The show needs you. The world needs you. It's not complete until you are here too. And we have this responsibility. After we cheer and after the Kermit goes through, he has to put on the show, the best possible show. And we have a lot of empty space here. We're missing folks. Not just the folks we know, but the folks we don't yet know. So how do we teshuva? How do we return? How do we come back? How do we do the other things? And how do we metaphorically blow the shofar so that other people hear it and they hear the message, hey, you matter. You are beloved. You are good. You belong here. You belong here. You belong here. In this beautiful, muppety mess. This crew of humanists and atheists and Jews and Christians and Buddhists and Wiccans and others and nuns. Nuns, N-O-N-E. Maybe we have some N-U-Ns, I'm not sure. The show needs more of you because we have a responsibility to build the best kind of world, to be good and kind to the goodness that is already there, to remind the world of its belovedness, to remind people of their belovedness, to build the best possible world. Because that responsibility has to be diverse and multicultural. That responsibility has to be internal and external. That responsibility has to be grounded in love and radical hospitality. To tell the folks, no, you can't watch the show from outside. You're in the show. You are in the show. So we can say, now I'm here, and now you're here, and nothing can go wrong. Because I'm right where I belong. I'm right where I belong. So we're going to do one last meditation. Maybe it's a prayer. And you repeat after me here in the sanctuary, and I'm at home. I belong here. Let's do it one more time. I belong here.
I belong here.
Let's do it all together. I belong here. Let's do it together. I belong here. Let's do it one more. I belong here. Would you repeat after me? You belong here.
You belong here.
Let's do it one more. You belong here.
You belong here.
Let's do it one more.
You belong here.
You belong here.
Let's do it all together. You belong here.
Will you join me in one more Kermit the Frog meditation? If you would like to stand, you can. If you would like to stay seated, you can. Friends, you belong here. I belong here. You belong here. You belong here. They belong here. We belong here. You belong here. Thank you, friends. May we learn to live with the questions and the complexity of being human, the fears and the doubts, the times when we fall short. May we be reminded that that is not the end, that to teshuva, to turn around, to return to that remembrance that you matter, you belong here, you are beloved, you are loved and worthy of love, and there is nothing you can say or do to make that not true. May we learn to look back, resolve to do better, to build the best possible world where everyone is welcomed and valued and seen and affirmed and noticed and safe and secure where they know they belong. And as our hymn said, may the day soon arrive where nothing can go wrong because we are all right where we belong. May we take this message and blow it like the shofar. Take it out into the world. And may it be so. Amen. As usual, there is no good transition to the offertory following a sermon like that. But we thank you so much for your attendance. Now is the time in our service where we lift up the financial needs of this congregation. Invite our ushers, if we do not get the plates, they're out here in the hallway, Suzanne. Right outside my door, right outside Desi's door, there are 2 golden plates underneath a plant, curiously enough. I would love to know the story of why that is, and that's why it is. The offering at this congregation goes to 2 different places. If you donate online using our website information, you will find that you can select either the plate, like the offertory plate, or the change for change. And the offertory plate goes towards the operating fund of this congregation. The change for change goes towards a different organization every month. This month is for Every Murder is Real Healing Center. It's a Philly-based organization that deals lovingly with the families who have experienced violence and death due to guns. We invite you to give generously as you are willing and able. We'll pass the plate here in the sanctuary. Any pocket change that you put in the plate goes towards the change for change. And any money that you